My name is Mario for Cost Spirit, and welcome to the channel. So today's video, I'm going to be talking about, is Canada ripping off the United States of America? Now, you may ask, well, how is this about, where does spirituality come into this? What is spirituality? Spirituality is to understand who you really are, the truth of who you really are, and in that process, the truth of how things work on the planet and in the rest of existence. That means dismantling the illusions of how things work and understanding the truth. So we're going to dismantle an illusion right now. Something that the, let's say, Big Brother or these men in power like to, they like to use illusions, they like to use brainwashing, they like to use thoughts that are not true to get their people to do their bidding, okay? So Donald Trump says that Canada is ripping off the United States of America. Now, if you're an American and you heard that, you'd probably be like, that's not cool. Like, how can you rip me off? Right? So there's a good chance that you'd be like backing your president, right? Because the big bad Canadians are ripping you off. So you gotta do all these sanctions, get everybody worked up, get the stocks market to drop because the big bad Canadians are ripping you off, right? The population of Canada is 40 million people. The population of America is, I'm pretty sure it said 340 million or 360 or something like that. So that would be a pretty big difference, right? Okay. So as well as I hear a lot from Donald Trump, as well as I hear a lot from Americans, that the United States of America is the greatest country in the world. Okay? So in order to be the greatest country in the world, you need to be the smartest country in the world, right? Because if you're not the smartest country in the world, in my opinion, I can't see how you could be great if you're not smart. You have to be smart to be great, I would think, right? So I looked up ripping off, right? I wanted to see what this said on Google or whatever this is, right? Well, it's Google, but whatever they got the definition from. So let's go with this one here. It says, to cheat or defraud someone, typically by charging them too much money or selling them something of poor quality. Okay? The next one is to cheat someone by charging too much money or to steal something. Now, again, we're 40 million, right? And from what I understand, this has been going on for a while. So for a while, that means in the past we're 39, 38, 37 million. So the United States has always been a way bigger country than Canada. And from what I understand, a lot smarter because the United States is the greatest country in the world. So how is that possible? How is it possible that the greatest country in the world, the smartest country in the world, could be cheated, stolen from, all these bad things from a little country of 40 million people? That's my question. How is that possible? It's an interesting question. I'd like to know how that's possible. The way I see it, it's two things. Either it's not true that Canada's ripping off the States, that certain deals were made, and Donald Trump doesn't like those deals, so he must create a bad guy, right, a boogeyman, right, out of Canada, so he could do everything that he's doing to justify what redoing the deal to get what he wants, right? So you got that, or is it the United States ripping off the United States, right? I mean, these deals were created. The USMCA, he's the one that made that deal with the Canadians as well as with the Mexicans. So how's Canada ripping off him since he made the deal? How is Canada ripping off all for the past I don't know how many years? How? I mean, the United States is the greatest country in the world. You got all these colleges, all these smart people. How is it possible? I don't see it being possible. To me, it's just an illusion. He's trying. He wants something, right? He wants whatever it is. Whatever it is. I don't know what okay, I could have some thoughts on it, but let's just say he wants something. So in order to get this something, right, he needs to create a boogeyman so that people can follow him into doing what he's doing, which is tanking the stock markets, creating all kinds of chaos all over the world, and not just with Canada, but all over the world, so he can get whatever he wants. But here lies the spirituality. We need to step through this illusion, this fantasy. First of all, the United States of America is not the greatest country in the world. That's just a fantasy. That's just arrogance talking. That's just a bunch of guys that want something, want to manipulate stuff or whatever they want, fill up their pockets, whatever it is. And in order to do that, they need the backing of a lot of people. So they go and say, well, we're the greatest country in the world. So basically, that justifies whatever we want to do because we're the greatest country in the world, right? We don't have to answer to nobody. That's not true. You have to answer to God. Second, God didn't make no greatest person on the planet. That's just a fantasy. There's nothing God created that is greater than anything else. It is all equal. We're all children of God, either it be on this planet or other universes, other planets, human beings, animal beings, beings from other universes. It doesn't matter. We're all equal children of God. This whole, we're the greatest country in the world. This whole, all for national security. What national security? Who's trying to hurt you? Right? Who's trying to like? I don't see anybody at this the doorstep. The United States of America have a huge army. I don't see anybody coming to invade America. I don't see the Russians or the Chinese want to invade America, right? Is that just a justification just to keep doing what we're doing over and over, feeding the people that are making guns, feeding the people that are making tanks, feeding this, feeding that, and live and staying in this dark experience? I strongly suggest that we get past that, right? Start getting along on this planet. Remove the illusions, right? National security. I don't see nobody knocking on someone's door. Especially not Canada. It's not trying to hurt the Americans. Okay, there's no national security issue. There are issues, but it's not this huge end of the world issue. So let's get beyond that. There's no one's ripping anybody off. If you didn't make a deal that you felt was good for you, but that is on you. You should be more educated, be smarter, come back to the negotiating tables when the contract calls for it, and make a deal that you feel that it works for you. And if you can't make a deal, then don't trade. All right. He doesn't have to trade with Donald Trump does not have to trade with Canada. He could trade with whoever he wants. He could trade with nobody. There's no sense of creating this fantasy boogeyman just to get whatever he's looking to get. So, anyways, I'll leave it there. Hopefully that was helpful. I'll be probably making more videos like that coming up. I mean, I just saw a video the other day. He was at the White House and a reporter asked him about inflation or no, about a recession. And he goes, well, there's two ways I could have done it. I could have did it the easy way. I could have did the hard way. I chose the hard way. I had to rewatch it. He goes, I chose the hard way and America is gonna boom. I'm like, what does that mean? Literally, what does that mean? I could have did it the easy way or I could have did it the hard way. I chose the hard way. What do you say to that? Anyways, I'll leave it there. Hopefully this helps out, guys. Remove the illusions. I don't care if you're an American, a Canadian, a European, an African, whatever you are. Remove the illusions. Don't let someone manipulate you, create these fantasies, and use patriotism to get you all pumped up and ready to go to some war, or either be whatever, financial, physical, whatever it may be. Be careful, guys. That's what they like to do. Don't let them do it. Be your own person. Make intelligent choices for yourself. Think for yourself, and meditation helps. Prayer helps, and hopefully this works out for you. Anyways, we'll talk to you another. We'll talk to you soon. Goodbye.